Yes, please share the assignment that we were discussing yesterday. I will read on the question and you can also answer, okay? Okay, so I'm reading out the passage and offline students would also listen and they would respond, okay? So the passage says, we have shifted, one hopes irrevocably, from the mechanistic view to a holistic and ecological view of the world. It is a shift in human perception as revolutionary as that introduced by Copernicus, which taught mankind in the 16th century that the Earth and the other planets revolved around the Sun. For the first time in human history, there is a growing worldwide consciousness that the Earth itself is a living organism, an enormous being of which we all are parts. It has its own metabolic needs and vital processes which need to be respected and which need to be preserved. How have we shifted our view of the world? Yes, we've discussed it right now. How have we shifted our view of the world? From mechanistic view to holistic and ecological view. And what did Copernicus teach mankind? That the earth and the planets revolve around the sun. Okay. Which growing worldwide consciousness is the author referring to here? What is the growing worldwide consciousness that the author? One by one, please. Yes. What? No, you have to refer to the context. You've read it in the chapter. Okay, you're right, ecological imbalance. But something else. Yes, the earth has its own metabolic needs and vital processes which need to be respected and preserved. Okay, you have to refer to the context. Fine. Next is what needs to be respected and preserved? The earth and its metabolic needs and vital processes. Form nouns of the following words: introduced, introduction, and preserved, preservation. Okay. Next passage two. In the zoo at Lusaka, Zambia, there is a cage where the notice reads, the world's most dangerous animal. And inside the cage, there is no animal but a mirror where you see yourself. Okay. Thanks to the efforts of a number of agencies in different countries, a new awareness has now dawned upon the most dangerous animal in the world. He has realized the wisdom of shifting from a system based on, yes, system based on domination to one based on partnership. Scientists have catalogued about 1.4 million living species with which mankind shares the earth. Which notice hangs in the zoo at Lusaka? Yes. Yes, there is a notice outside the cage which says the world's most dangerous animal. Okay. And what is found inside the cage? There is only a mirror. Okay. And yes, what is the new awareness that has dawned upon man? What is this new awareness that has dawned upon man? Bolo? Yes. Earlier on, we were just thinking ourselves to be the most dominant species, and it was as if we had just inherited this planet and we were just using it, exploiting it as per our own whims and fancies, as per our own needs, and we were overutilizing the resources. We were, in fact, exploiting it to the extent that it had, we had almost eroded most of the natural resources. But now this awareness has come that we are not the only one, and we have to live, we have to coexist with the other species, and we are sharing this planet with 1.4 million other species. Okay. Next is how many living species have the scientists catalogued? 1.4 million. Okay. Give opposites of the following words: awareness, ignorance, and dangerous. Yes, danger, safe. Okay. Awareness, ignorance, and dangerous, safe. Next, next one, passage four. There can be no, passage three. Not read passage three. Mr. Lester R. Brown, in his thoughtful book, The Global Economic Prospect, points out that the Earth's principal biological systems are four: fisheries, forests, grasslands, and croplands. And they form the foundation of the global economic system. In addition to supplying us food, these four systems they provide virtually all the raw materials for industry except minerals and petroleum waste synthetics. In large areas of the world, human claims on these systems are reaching an unsustainable level to a point where their productivity is being impaired. When this happens, fisheries collapse, forests disappear, grasslands are converted into barren wastelands, and croplands deteriorate. In a protein conscious and protein hungry world, overfishing is common every day. In poor countries, local forests are being decimated in order to procure firewood for cooking. What principle have biological systems? What principal biological systems have been mentioned in the passage? Everybody knows. Okay, fisheries, forests, croplands, and grasslands. What do the biological system provide? Yes, food and raw materials. Raw materials for industry, except minerals and petroleum waste synthetics. What happens when the productivity of these biological systems are impaired or hampered? What happens? Fisheries collapse, forests disappear, grasslands are converted into barren wastelands, and croplands deteriorate. What happens in poor countries? Local forests are being cleared, they're being decimated by just to get firewood for cooking. Okay, find words in the passage which mean worldwide, global, and diminished or weakened. Diminished, no, not decimated. No, it's impaired is diminished or weak or weakened. देखो, just yes, it is impaired. Okay, if you look at this word, if you look at the word decimated from the context, it doesn't mean weakened. Okay, forests are being decimated means they're being cleared out. Doesn't mean they're being weakened. Okay, got it? So try and judge the meanings from the context. Passage 4. There can be no doubt that the growth of world population is one of the strongest factors distorting the future of human society. It took mankind more than a million years to reach the first billion. That was the world's population around the year 1800. By the year 1900, a second billion was added, and the 20th century has added another 3.7 billion. The present world population is estimated at 5.7 billion. Every 4 days, the world population increases by 1 million. Okay. Fertility falls as incomes rise, education spreads, and health improves. Thus, development is the best contraceptive. But development itself may not be possible if the present increase in numbers continues. Which is one of the strongest factors distorting the future of human society? Yes, world population. How much time did it take to reach the first billion? More than a million years. Okay. What is the approximate present world population? I told you yesterday also. You need to find it out. No, that is not 5.7 billion was in the year 1994. When this article was written, you need to find it out. What is the present world population? And you have to write the answer, uh, that answer there. Okay. Present world population of आज की लिखोगे. ठीक है. Present means 2021. Present doesn't. इस article we are getting 1994 की population है. Present 5.7 billion. Got it? Next is when does वैसे मैं बोल रही हूँ यहाँ पे लिख लेना it was 5.7 billion in 1994 but the present world population is this ऐसे लिख लेना okay then what does when does fertility fall through it when education spreads okay through development when education spreads find a word which means deforming Distorting, yes. And productiveness, find a word. Huh? Productiveness. बोलो. Fertility, yes. Productiveness is fertility. आप तो opposite बता रहे हो. ठीक है? So that is the this was the assignment. And the fifth passage we had already discussed yesterday. I would be just asking some of the extra questions and you people have to respond. Okay, offline, online, both. Okay, what according to the author is the transcending concern today? Find it out from your book and tell me what is the transcending concern today according to the author. Yes, transcending concern is that it is the survival not only of the people but of the planet. We have to think not only of ourselves but for the planet also, and if you have to consider it as an enormous being, an organism with its own metabolic needs, having its own metabolic needs and vital processes which need to be preserved, which need to be respected. Okay. Next is, how do you know that economic growth and population growth are contradictory forces? How are economic growth and population growth contradictory forces? How do they both negate each other? Yes. As income, yes, as incomes rise, as education increases, so because of, and an awareness also comes in. Not only the schedule gets busier, but there is an awareness also with the education. Okay, and what does poverty mean? What does it mean? I know you're not to translate it, you need to explain it. It means ill health, it means ignorance, it means poor living standards, okay? And it means what? What else according to the chapter? So what do the poor people do in order to beat these odds? They feel that they should have more children because they feel that more children would mean more working hands. But it is not the case. More children means less employment opportunities. Okay? It doesn't mean more working hands, but it means lesser employment opportunities. So economic growth results in effective solutions to these problems because with economic growth can only come with education. And education brings in a lot of awareness regarding excessive population also. Got it? So both these things are contradictory, they negate each other. Fine? Okay, what is sustainable development? What is sustainable development? Yes. Development that meets the needs of the present without compromising, yes, the needs of the future generation. Okay. So that means that you have to utilize the resources that are available for you, but you have to think about the future generation also. You have to leave resources for them too, for their needs. Okay. So that they can also fully utilize them. Okay. So that is sustainable development. Okay. If there's anything that you have not followed from this chapter, you can ask. Otherwise, I'll just take your attendance and you have to submit your work to me by tomorrow, 5 p.m. And including the textbook questions that were discussed yesterday, because some of the students were asking me today in the morning, ma'am, do we have to do talking about the text also? Yes, because we discussed those questions too. So thinking about the text, whatever, understanding the text and talking about whatever questions were discussed yesterday, you have to do all of them along with these extract-based questions. You need not write the extract, just write the question and the answer, and you have to submit your work by tomorrow. The report would be sent, and the defaulters would really, face a lot of problems later on as far as their internal assessment is concerned. Okay. If you want to ask anything from this chapter, you can ask. Otherwise, I'll just move on to the attendance part.